very good indeed.
It's very nice?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Okay, that's good. And what about this palm oil? Do you use it in France?
Not so much. Obviously, we have many Chinese restaurants, Vietnamese, Cambodian, Thai, Chinese. So they probably use it, but for the French cook, I don't think we use it because we don't have palm oil. We don't have palm trees.
But whether you're in Europe or on the streets of Asia, chances are you are eating it almost every day in one form or another. Throughout Malaysia, you can see the legacy Europeans established. Tea plantations flourish in the highlands, decades on from when they were started by British pioneers. There is no doubting Southeast Asia is home to some of the world's most stunning areas of natural beauty. Along with its tasty cuisine, Malaysia attracts a fair share of tourists with its natural resources, abundant wildlife, and spectacular forests. But it is also a country that relies on agriculture, specifically a few key crops for its bread and butter. For generations, farmers, big and small alike, play an important role in society as custodians of the land. Farmers like Ahmad Siddiq, who owns a small-scale oil palm plantation. Ahmad took over this land from his father, who had once used it to grow cocoa.
Semasa itu tidak ada orang yang tanam kelapa sawit di dalam daerah Sabak Bendam ni. Dia kelapa ataupun koko. Jadi semasa saya timbul idea itu, saya melihat pertama kerajaan banyak melabur dalam industri kelapa sawit seperti Felda, Pelkra dan sebagainya.
Government and industry support for smallholders like Ahmad, who represent a third of the palm oil industry, provides small-scale farmers with a new sense of optimism. And with it, there is hope for a whole new generation across Malaysia to reap the benefits of a profitable cash crop like palm oil.
Pertama, saya boleh sekolahkan anak saya hingga ke pusat pengajian tinggi dan saya boleh bina sebuah rumah yang agak selesa.
The Siddiq family is like so many others who use their land to grow crops to sustain themselves and future generations. And while many Malaysians benefit from palm oil, it is consumers across the world that fuel the demand for cheaper and cheaper products.
The oil palm industry has seen a great deal of expansion, especially in Southeast Asia in the last 2 decades. And with great expansion of any industry, there are bound to be pressures on the environment, pressures on the social fabric. So the RSPO was a reaction to this expanding industry, rapidly expanding industry, and the resulting pressures. The key issues would be greenhouse gas emissions. Then there are other pollutants, pollution of surface waters, pollution of groundwater by fertilizers, excessive use of fertilizers, effluents from palm oil factories, for example. So this would be the key. What goes into the air, what goes into the water, and what goes into the soil.
The goal of the RSPO is to have companies, both plantations and producers of products, certify that their palm oil is sourced in a sustainable way that does not harm the environment.
The problem is that we have companies who are selling sustainable palm oil still involved in forest and peatland destruction on the ground. And companies just can't hide behind selling a very small percentage of palm oil whilst its suppliers are actively engaged in other kinds of destruction back in countries like Indonesia.
And of course, like any enterprise, especially a rapidly growing enterprise, there will also be some cowboys getting into the act. So it's a combination of circumstances plus some cowboys that has led to this rather poor image of the palm oil industry as a whole. But I would hold back judgment first, because palm oil has also brought a great amount of development